When you've been counted out, when people have spoken on your name like they knew your story better than you did, when they laughed at your dreams because they couldn't see what you saw you start to understand something real, arguing won't fix it, proving yourself to people won't fix it, trying to convince somebody who already made up their mind about you won't fix it. The only thing that shuts mouths, the only thing that flips the narrative, the only thing that forces the world to take a second look is results. Not talking about it, not posting about it, not wishing for it. Results. Success becomes the language they have no choice but to respect. You've got to reach a point where you stop fighting battles that don't matter and start fighting for the life you know you were built for. Too many people waste years trying to clap back, trying to defend themselves, trying to rewrite the opinions of people who were never assigned to their destiny in the first place. That's energy you could have invested in your grind, your growth, your mission. That's time you could have poured into the version of yourself you're becoming. You don't owe anybody an explanation. You owe yourself execution, and I need you to feel this. Success hits different when you built it in silence. When you stopped arguing and started applying pressure. When you stopped seeking validation and started stacking wins. When you stopped chasing people and started chasing purpose. That's when the revenge becomes real, because it's not about payback anymore. It's about rising so high that the people who doubted you can't even reach the level where your name lives now. Every minute you spend thinking about what they said, you lose a minute you could have spent becoming who you were meant to be. Let them talk, let them assume, let them predict your failure, let them laugh at your dreams. Don't react. Don't respond. Don't waste the fire inside you on arguments. Use it to fuel your discipline, your consistency, your evolution. Put your energy into actions that make noise all by themselves. People remember noise, but they respect results. It's not about rubbing success in anyone's face. It's about elevating to a place where their opinions can't touch you, where their doubt becomes irrelevant, where their disrespect becomes background noise to a life that is too loud with blessing, too loud with progress, too loud with achievement to hear anything else. You don't win by shouting, you win by showing up every day with grind in your bones and purpose in your chest. You win by choosing not to fold when life hits hard. You win by refusing to let anybody's disbelief become your limitation. You win by becoming undeniable, so stop trying to prove them wrong. Start working on becoming so successful that proving them wrong happens as a side effect. Let your success speak so loudly that revenge becomes unnecessary. When you finally understand that success is your best revenge, something inside you shifts. You stop wasting energy trying to prove people wrong with words, and you start proving them wrong with your work. You stop arguing with folks who already made up their mind about you because you realize their opinion doesn't build your future. Your grind does, your discipline does, your execution does. That's when you decide once and for all that you don't get paid for explaining your potential. You get paid for living it. Too many people lose years trying to get validation from those who have no intention of believing in them. And while you're busy trying to convince someone that you're capable, your dreams are sitting in the corner starving. The moment you grasp that, you understand that the loudest statement you will ever make is not a speech, not a clap back, not a clever comeback. It's transformation. It's getting to a place they swore you'd never reach, becoming the person they never imagined you could become. It's showing up day after day, grinding in silence, evolving in the dark, and letting the results introduce you long before you ever open your mouth. You've got to get to a level where you say, I don't need anybody to clap for me. I don't need anybody to believe in me. I'm going to build it whether you cheer, whether you doubt, whether you stay. whether you leave. Because here's the truth. Once you stop chasing acceptance, you unlock a level of focus people can't distract you from, a level of hunger they can't compete with, a level of conviction that doesn't need applause. That's when you start moving like someone who knows exactly what they're capable of. And listen carefully. When your success starts making noise, people can't unhear it. They can ignore your words, but they can't ignore your results. They can overlook your dreams, but they can't overlook your growth. They can dismiss your ambition, but they can't dismiss your elevation. Every milestone becomes a sentence. Every achievement becomes a paragraph. Every victory becomes a chapter they have to read whether they want to or not. Your progress becomes the story they never thought you'd write. So you stop focusing on proving them wrong, and you start focusing on proving yourself right. You start reminding yourself every day that you weren't built to stay average, you weren't designed to remain stuck, and you weren't born to settle. You were created with purpose, and the more you step into that purpose, the quieter the noise around you becomes. Their doubt fades, their criticism shrinks, their negativity loses its voice, because nothing silences people faster than a life that's undeniable. At some point you just decide, I'm done talking about it. It's time to become it. It's time to rise, to mature, to evolve, to execute. It's time to let the work speak so loud that the whole world has no choice but to listen. That's the moment your success becomes your answer. Your journey becomes your rebuttal, your elevation becomes your revenge, and that's when everything changes. You know what separates people who rise from people who stay stuck. It's simple. Some folks waste all their energy talking, explaining, defending, reacting, trying to prove something to people who don't even matter. And then there are the ones who stay quiet, stay focused, and let their results speak for them. You've got to understand something when you're chasing success, when you're rebuilding your name, when you're climbing your way up. Your emotions will try to run the show. They'll try to pull you backward. They'll try to make you respond to every comment, every doubt, every distraction. But champions don't move like that. Champions discipline their reactions, discipline their focus, and discipline their energy because they know one thing. The work is the only language success understands. When you stop letting your emotions dictate your movements, you gain a power most people never tap into: clarity. When you're not reacting, you're building. When you're not explaining, you're executing. When you're not defending, you're developing. Every second you waste trying to prove yourself to people is a second stolen from your greatness. You don't have time to be bothered. You don't have time to be offended. You don't have time to be pulled into drama. You've got a legacy to build. And don't get it twisted. People will test you. They'll doubt you, criticize you, underestimate you, misunderstand you. But that's part of the process. The ones who talk the most usually do the least. You've got to decide right now that you will be different. You will channel every bit of frustration into fuel. You will convert every moment of doubt into discipline. You will let every setback sharpen you instead of break you, because your mission is bigger than your emotions. When you show up consistently, when you grind without complaining, when you stay locked in while everybody else is distracted, people notice. They might not say it out loud, but they see it, they feel it, they respect it, and eventually they can't deny it. The results become undeniable. That's when the tables turn. That's when the same people who doubted you start asking how you did it. That's when the criticism turns into envy, and the envy turns into admiration. But here's the truth. None of that matters. The victory isn't in proving them wrong. The victory is in proving yourself right. It's in waking up every day knowing you honored your calling. It's knowing you kept your mouth closed and your grind loud. It's knowing you rose above your feelings and stood on your purpose. The moment you master that, you become unstoppable. Because the day you let your results talk, nobody can tell your story better than your success. That's when you become the kind of person whose presence speaks louder than any words ever could. You know what's crazy? People always act like respect is something you get just because you exist. They think respect is automatic. They think the world is supposed to clap for them, cheer for them, and celebrate them. But that's not how this thing works. Respect is earned. Respect comes when you've built something undeniable. Respect comes when you show up day after day and prove that you are not a talker, you are a doer. And the truth is, success forces people to see you differently. Because let's be real, when you're struggling, when you're just getting started, when you're dreaming out loud, most people don't take you seriously. They hear your goals and they don't believe you. They watch your grind and they don't understand it. Some of them even laugh at you. They think you're reaching too high, aiming too big, wanting too much. They underestimate you because it's easy to overlook potential. It's easy to dismiss a seed before it becomes a tree. But once that seed grows, once the results appear, everything changes. People respond to outcomes, not intentions. They respond to proof, not promises. When you start winning, people who never returned your calls start calling you. People who doubted you start asking for advice. People who ignored you suddenly want your time. Success changes the room you walk into. It changes the way people introduce you. It changes the conversations people have about you when you're not there. And it's not even about ego. It's about understanding that the world respects consistency, discipline, sacrifice, and excellence. The world respects what you've built, what you've survived, what you've pushed through. The same people who once questioned everything about you will one day have no choice but to acknowledge what you did. Not because you asked for validation, not because you argued your worth, but because your success became too loud for them to deny. And here's the part you really need to get. Chasing respect is a waste of time, but earning respect through your success. That is the most powerful revenge you can ever give. You don't have to clap back at anybody. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain your decisions or justify your dreams. You just keep building. You keep grinding. You keep perfecting your craft, and eventually the world will adjust to your level. The greatest payback is not proving them wrong with your words. It's proving them wrong with your results. It's walking into a room where the same people who doubted you now have to sit in silence because your success speaks louder than anything they ever said. So stop worrying about who believes in you. Stop thinking about who supports you. Stop stressing about who doubts you. Let your success be the thing that forces the world to treat you with the respect you've always deserved. Because at the end of the day, when you rise, everybody sees it. Success doesn't just change your life, it changes how the world responds to you. So go earn the kind of success that speaks so loud no one can ignore it.